Tobago updates, guys. This morning we continue our discussions and we are talking all about fitness, all about the body. This morning I have the privilege of sitting in studio and chatting with Miss Angela Campbell, who is a bodybuilder. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
So recently you would have taken part in that international fitness and bodybuilding Roger Boyce competition in Barbados, and you would have placed second in your category. So tell us a bit about that.
Oh, yes, it was really a fantastic show. I went all out, did my best.
Right. And so are you usually training here in Tobago or are you training outside of Tobago? And if you train here, where do you train?
I train myself at home in Tobago.
Right. So are you also training other persons?
Yes, I am actually a certified fitness trainer. So I have clients that I train personal, but I train myself personally because I doesn't have a coach or a trainer.
Okay. And how important is it for persons to understand that bodybuilding is an actual sport, especially here in Tobago?
I mean, it is an actual sport, but it's not much females or much people might want to do it, especially females, because some of them might think they don't want so much muscles or to go through the process of it. So everybody have choices when coming to sport, but I choose this because I love fitness. I love this.
Right. And how has that impacted your self-image over time? Because, there are often persons who say, like, even as a woman, like, don't get too muscular. There's that idea that women should not be too muscular. So how do you balance having that self-confidence and loving the body that you are in and, being really assured about this path that you've chosen?
Oh, the negatives fuel me to train harder, to push harder. So it doesn't matter even if they don't like it or they may say ill stuff. I don't take it personal. I just take it, and when I'm training, I do 10 more reps.
Understood.
But because, it boosts your confidence. And then when you know what you want and you can decide for yourself and not somebody deciding what you should do, then you just stay top of your game.
Right, excellent. And it has a lot to do with, as you said, having that
confidence and knowing what you want and not what somebody else wants for you.
Yeah. And it's a lot about women having control over their own body as well.
I have control.
Right? And that's a conversation that continues to happen, and persons feel like they should tell women how they should look or how they should not look.
No, you're supposed to look how you want to look. So if you choose to look this way, you go right ahead.
Right. And, in order to have that lean body mass and have more muscle than fat, there's a lot that goes into that. Yes. There's the dietary aspect of that. Tell us a bit.
Besides dieting for bodybuilding, on a normal basis, I watch everything that I eat. I always eat sugar and carbohydrates in portions. I get times I weigh my food in containers on a scale, so I don't go out and dine and eat whatever. I am naturally restricted to eating certain things. And if even I go out and I eat something, it's just once in a while and very rare. So I'm naturally disciplined when coming to eating.
So the sport does bring about a high level of self-discipline. Tell us, what does a day in the life, as it pertains to your diet, would look like? What do you eat in a day?
Eggs, boiled eggs, chicken breast, fish. If you're using any carbs, if you're using rice, it's like 1 pot spoon. Or, you use rice cake or bake sweet potatoes, sometimes boil. Coming down to competition, I stop boil, so I bake yam. So just basically that's.
Okay, understood. And how is that for you, even as you have persons that you train? How do you get women to be more confident and involved and want to do the same?
Because besides training them, I naturally have conversation with them, help them to help to boost their self-confidence, their self-esteem. Some people might be depressed, you may not know, but, by dealing with them, training with them, then to losing weight, then I'll do like a balanced meal plan. They would not eat like a bodybuilder, but I will just like put their foods into portion what I want them to eat, because remember they are trying to lose the weight and gain some muscles and tone up. So they bodybuilders just have to eat like bodybuilders. But beside that, my clients don't eat like the way I eat.
Right. And now you came second in this competition that took place in Barbados. What does the first, second, and third prize look like for these type of competitions?
They looks beautiful.
Is it a monetary prize that persons win?
No, the first place will win like their pro card. So they will actually turn like a pro bodybuilder.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this allows them to enter into
a pro
larger
shows. Yeah.
international competitions. And that helps them to go on to other levels of bodybuilding.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a qualifier.
Yeah. So when you get your pro card now and you decide to go to a pro show, then there is where you compete for money. So first prize will be whatever is 9,000 US, 6,000 US, or 7,000, whatever price. Yeah.
So are you planning to do other international shows, possibly travel to the US?
I have CSC coming up in September. That is 3 months from now. So, it's just back to training. And so I have 2 competitions in St. Lucia because I have to go back there to defend my fitness challenge championship that I won in Guyana last year.
Right.
And then I'm going to do over women's physique in St. Lucia. So it will be rough because it's a bodybuilding one day, fitness challenge the next day, lifting weights, but your body already done in a state from bodybuilding, and then to go into fitness is just, but my mind is already prepped.
Right. And as you said, with those fitness competitions, there are a lot of those that happen in the US where you have a fitness challenge where you have a time period, maybe it's 5 minutes to go through a course of doing different exercises. It's time.
That is like the fitness challenge that I'm going to do in St. Lucia. So it's 2 minutes work, 2 minutes rest.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so are you planning to go to these in the US as well? Or?
Well, once you get your pro card, you can go.
Then...
Or if even you doesn't have a pro card, once you get sponsors to do a world show, like an Arnold Classic or whatever, once you get the sponsors, you can do one of those shows without having a pro card. But because I doesn't have the sponsors to do a world show, that is why I didn't do any as yet.
Right. And we see a little bit of your performance here in that last competition.
Yes, that's
excellent. Now, are you seeking sponsorship and support to continue your bodybuilding journey? And if so, how can persons contact you if they also want to get involved in bodybuilding or just support what you have been doing?
They can contact me by 399-3696.
399-3696. And so that's for persons who may have also had this bodybuilding dream and want to see it actualized.
Of course,
they can contact you and get that training.
If someone come to me and they have that dream and they want to go and say, of course, and all my pleasure, I'll push them, because I just said, well, live your dreams, do more of what you love.
Excellent. And we want to congratulate you on placing second in that Roger Boyce tournament that took place in Barbados. And we want you to continue to do your best and wave that Trinidad and Tobago flag high wheresoever you go. And is there anything that you want to say to any of your supporters, friends, family, before we wrap up the discussion this morning?
A big thank you to everyone who supported me, whether text, whether in person. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone. It was greatly appreciated.
Excellent. And, from that little clip that was played by the producers, your body looks really, really good. And so we hope that you go on to win that next competition in 3 months, right?
Oh, thank you.
All right, guys, I want to thank you so much for being a part of this morning's discussions. Thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments, and all that you have been doing and continue to do to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcaster here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am Shenell Felix, and have a great day.